From then on, all of the school's facilities ceased to function. It was as if Last Defense Academy itself had died. No good. Nothing's working anymore. Same with the cafeteria. The refrigerator and Rationomatic aren't powering on. We still have non-perishables, though, so it should be okay for a while. What the heck happened? The Undying Flames in the defense room were probably the power source for the rest of the school.
Ah.
Once Eito offed the person who was making them, all the other functions must have stopped too. Then what are we supposed to do now? We're in the middle of nowhere with nothing to sustain us. Hey, speaking of nothing, has anyone taken a peek outside? It's a seriously depressing sight. I feel like a wretched fool. I didn't have any idea who the true traitor was. I mean, the idea of a traitor never really crossed our minds up until like 90-something when Eva and Kako were trying to figure it out. If the Undying Flames are gone now, we don't have to die now, right? I never imagined Aito's true nature was so psychotic. I should have killed him right away. Look out the window. We lost everything now. It's all gone. The Undying Flames were the Academy's power source. Without them, all of its functions have shut down. Nozomi's death and the way things ended, it's all because none of us realized what kind of scumbag Eito really was. Dude, that's so unfortunate, man. Eito was like one of my favorite characters, and then it came down to that. I don't know what to believe anymore. Not a dang thing's working anymore. It's like the school itself is up and died. I'm so sorry for being useless right up until the end. I wish I could apologize on my hands and knees to all of humanity. You are not useless, man. You did quite a bit of work. When I looked out the window, I saw something I didn't think was possible. The wall of Undying Flames that surrounded the school had gone out. The only thing out there now was the endless city ruins. The wall of fire is gone too. I guess this is what it's always looked like out there, but it feels strange. Is this really how it ends? Did we really lose to the invaders? If we'd just seen through to that traitor's true nature sooner. We never could have done that. Nobody even imagined there was someone sabotaging us from behind the scenes. What about the invaders' all-out attack? Is that still happening? I wonder, our mission's already failed after all. At the very least, the enemy no longer has any reason to attack this place as desperately as they did before. Except to come and finish us all off. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done fighting. I thought it was pretty fun, although it wasn't the kind of killing game I was hoping for. Are we sure no one's sending someone to get us? They've really abandoned us? Why would they rescue people they see as disposable? I'm far too noble and important to just be thrown away. Someday the Uzuzuki family will crush all of humanity. Knock it off. You sound like Eito. So now what do we do? Now what? There's nothing left to do here, but there's no reason to leave either. Are we going to stay until day 100 at least? I think so. There's no one else for a roach-headed sunken-faced freak like me to go. We played the game this far. It wouldn't hurt to see the ending on the final day, right? We have nothing to do, nowhere to be, and nowhere to go. I'm feeling it all over again. The total loss of everything I hold dear. When I woke up the next day, I couldn't motivate myself to get out of bed. Emptiness, helplessness, those emotions still overwhelm me. Losing Karo and Nozomi, being betrayed by Eito. I had nothing, not a place to return to. Nor anything I could do about any of this. In the end, I couldn't do anything. I whispered listlessly and let my heavy body sink into the bed. And I kept sinking deeper and deeper. Oh man, it's day 98. It wasn't even morning when suddenly it happened. What? My body? I didn't know what was causing it, but something abnormal was happening to my body. It wasn't just heavy. Throughout my body, I felt warm. No, hot. Abnormally hot. Far beyond anything like a regular fever. Don't tell me I have rejection symptoms. Had the cryptoglobin rejection that plagued Nozomi finally came for me? Maybe this is what I deserve. I was being punished for being unable to do anything for the baby in the defense room. Punished for being unable to even trust him, let alone protect him. As I moaned from the intense heat running through my body, I finally stopped resisting it. Soon I lost consciousness as if the heat was swallowing me whole. How much time passed after that? Minutes? Hours? Longer still? I couldn't say. I lost all sense of time. The vicious heat assaulting my body didn't subside. It only grew in intensity. The heat woke me from my sleep. It was so hot, I felt like I was being burned from the inside out. What is this? I'm burning up. It's like my body's on fire. It's not rejection, is it? It feels like something more... Immediately my vision fell with flames. Fire erupted from my whole body. And not just any flames, they were... Undying Flames? I was enveloped in undying flames. They were emanating from inside of me. I let out a scream, and then something even stranger happened. The flames that filled my vision pulled away from me. They became a ball-like mass and began to writhe in front of me before forming into another shape. And just like that, the boy of Undying Flames was there.
You? How are you?
How am I still alive? Unfortunately, I'm not. My real body is long dead. Killed by Eito.
Then... what is this?
The last of my consciousness. Remaining in the cryptoglobin. Something like an echo. That's all I am now.
An echo?
I don't understand it myself. The power of cryptoglobin is truly mysterious, but I'm glad this has happened. I really wanted to talk to you one last time.
It's curious to me too, but I don't have any strong feelings about being killed. Strange, isn't it, to feel nothing about your own death? I'm not even sure I was ever truly alive in the first place. What do you mean? Not only do I not have a name, but I don't know anything about my origins either. Nothing about my mother, father, or the place or date I was born. Nothing at all? What did my real body look like to you? A newborn baby? You didn't just look like one, you clearly were one. But several years have passed since I was born. I'm about the same age as the rest of you. What? As a trade-off for the overwhelming power I was born with, my body was incapable of growing physically. It was unable to endure the sheer might of my cryptoglobin. The all-too great price to pay for the benefits of this mutation. It's ironic, isn't it? My cryptoglobin is practically all-powerful. My body was incapable of sustaining itself. Please, even if you can't tell me everything, tell me what you know. What is cryptoglobin? I don't know. Even I'm not sure what this power really is. So you've been left in the dark too? I only learned that the enemy had the same power when I arrived here. I still don't know why that is either. So in the end, not a soul here was told anything. Was that to prevent information from leaking to the enemy, or because we were destined to die here no matter what we did? Because of that body, I never got to experience having friends. I couldn't risk letting anyone close to me, not when I could have lost control over my power at any moment. Siri was the only person I ever spoke to. He looked after me ever since I was young. Really? Him? Yes, he raised me, if only as a weapon. It was my destiny to live and die here at Last Defense Academy, to use his power to eradicate the invaders. Are you okay with that? It doesn't matter. With my body the way it was, I was in no position to resist. I had to cooperate with the mission in order to live. Well, I call it a cooperating, but I was just having my power constantly drained from me. Maybe you pity me, but I've long since accepted my existence as a weapon. I never once considered that it was that I personally wanted to do. Not until I heard about all of you. Huh? Siri told me on the first day when he brought me here. He said a group of boys and girls my age have been brought here as a special defense unit to protect me. Once I heard that, I felt happy for some reason. It was my first real emotion. I was so curious. I wanted to get a look at it. So I created an avatar of my cryptoglobin. Behind Siri's back, of course. If he'd found out, he would have scolded me for wasting my power. And then you found me. Yes, you mistook me for an invader and began to panic. I see. I'm sorry. No, I realized that it was a natural response, considering my appearance and inability to communicate. Besides, the situation was what it was. After that, I thought I should stop creating avatars, but Siri suddenly stopped coming to see me, so I was even more curious what was happening with all of you. I decided to check in on things in this form again, all while trying to stay out of sight. I only appeared in front of you on urgent occasions, when I had something I really needed to tell you. Now that you mention it, whenever you were in a bind, you were always there. You must have realized we were in trouble and tried to warn me. From your point of view, I must have been a strange being, but I started to feel an affinity for all of you. I started to want to fight alongside all of you as a friend. As a friend? All this was very strange to me as well. I had no idea where these feelings were coming from. I envied you. Envied us, the people who were constantly bickering and never sticking together? True as that may be, the sight of all of you working so hard to stay alive was beautiful to someone living with no meaning, like me.
Hey!
But in the end, it was all for nothing. We failed. It's easy to blame it all on Eito's betrayal, but I'm sure that wasn't the only cause. We were sloppy from the start about fighting, about protecting each other. I stayed in the same state of mind as when I got dragged into this, fighting without resolve or conviction. And as a result, I lost everything, my comrades and someone very dear to me too. So you have regrets? You bet I do. I'm full of regret. I just can't stop thinking about it, wondering if I could have done more. If I had just done better, maybe I could have saved Nozomi, saved Karua. I know regret won't undo anything, but I can't get it out of my head. Even Eito was able to do all this because of me. Do you want to redo the past? Huh? The reason I came to you this final time was to talk exactly about that. This is the last message I'll ever give you, and it's the most important of all. What do you want to tell me? When I was killed by Eito, all of my cryptoglobin was incorporated into him. I watched your battle from inside of him, and I noticed something. A strange occurrence with Eito's special skill. Really, what happened to it? After absorbing my cryptoglobin, Eito's special skill underwent. I suppose you'd call it evolution. It sure seemed that way when we were fighting him. It must be the effect of my cryptoglobin. It seemed to stimulate the power that was already inside of him. And now, by the way of Eito, that cryptoglobin resides in you. Your special skill, which allows you to redo things, should also have evolved to its highest level. If you use that power, you should be able to return further back in time than before. All the way back to the beginning of this 100-day period, in fact. Back to the beginning? You're telling me I could do all 100 days over again? I think you have the power to do so now. I can feel it from inside of you. Is this for real? Can I really go back and redo it? Redo all of it? Naturally, you'd be the only one going back. You'd have to part ways with everyone. Then what would happen to the others? Would they all have to keep living here in this timeline? I'm not sure. They may continue to exist as part of a parallel world, or they might vanish the moment you redo things. I can't tell you anything for certain. There's no telling how returning to the past might affect other things either. What do you mean? The flow of time is by nature one of the absolute truths of the world. There's no way that flow can be reversed. Breaking that rule and warping time to your own ends is bound to have consequences. Something unexpected might happen in the world you return to. It may have unfathomable effects on your cryptoglobin. Even on the cryptoglobin? Nothing would be out of the realm of possibility. You'd be using your power to violate the very laws of the universe. At any rate, redoing the past will come with risks at the very least. And it will also mean that you'll have to fight all your battles again. You'll have to fight this cruel war all over again from the start. The outcome may not necessarily be positive. In fact, it could end worse than it has now. But if you're plagued with regret, if you wish to reclaim what you've lost, then you ought to try using that power. You should try to redo the past.
It's your decision to make. You should choose what you think is the correct path. You should press forward and trust in your decision.
Even if I die, I want to press forward and trust in my decision. Trust in my decision. That's all I want to say. I'm glad I finally got the chance to tell you. What happens to you now? I believe I will simply vanish. Or rather, I've already vanished. The fact that I'm here in this way is one more miracle brought about by cryptoglobin. So now I'm going to disappear for good, like I always should have. Could you tell me one last thing before you go? You were nameless, you had no roots, you were incapable of living on your own. Treated like a weapon, then killed.
Hey!
Do you want to relive that life? I wonder, maybe it's not worth reliving, but I am what I am, so I don't think anything will ever change. But if I could, there is something I'd like to do. What's that?
Next time, I want to befriend all of you. I want to argue with you and fight with you. And until the moment I die, I want to do everything I can to live.
Leaving those words behind, like flames slowly converging, the ghost boy vanished. There were no announcements playing anymore. I awoke on day 99 in eerie silence. I hadn't moved from my bed. I couldn't get the conversation from last night out of my head. I can redo the past, but I'm the only one who can do it. I don't know what will happen to the others, and I have no idea what will be affected or how things will change as a result of going back. And above all, if I redo the past, I'd have to fight for 100 days all over again. I wonder how everyone else is doing. I'm a little curious. Maybe I'll go check in on them. And that is what I'm going to do next time. So, that is going to be it for this episode of the 100 Line Last Events Academy. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.